Hi. Could you imagine how we survive without having internet in our society? Would we do without the internet? When I was in school, we didn't have computers. We didn't have access to computers because the schools was very small and they could not afford to have computers. Instead, we had typewriters. And when we went to the library, we had to do our research through the dictionary, encyclopedias, and whatever they had available at that time. So you say to yourself, how did you all survive that era? Well, this brings the question, are we better off without the internet today than we were of yesteryears? Before we can address these questions, we must first look at the history behind the internet. So we will examine the history of the internet, the creator of the internet, and also we will examine what did we do before internet arrived. The history of the internet, according to the web history of the internet, started in the late 1950s through the Advanced Research Project. It started out as being a research project technology to see if it would survive the nuclear service. Second, the creators of the internet, it was not created by one man alone, but by three individuals. The first man's name was Leonard Kleinrock, and he had two assistants, one named J.C.R. Licklider, and the third was Robert Taylor. And together they worked to create the internet. Next, and that was according to computerhope.com. And next we have, what did we do before the internet was created? And this is according to cybernetnews.com. Well, when you audit your bank statements, they didn't have online access to go on the computer because there was no internet. So you had to audit your statements and wait till your statements arrived in the mail, which took quite a long time. To order clothes, you had to use the telephone to order your clothes. If you want to talk to friends in the same room, we have instant messages nowadays. That instant messages was not around, so you had to just go by other methods to talk with your friends. And today we have the internet, and with the internet we can order different things. Everything we use now has a website. For instance, what's on display, we have a laundry detergent, it has a website. Groceries, car products, books that you use at school, beauty products for women as well as men, there's a website. And finally, I have talked with you about the history of the internet. We have discussed the creators of the internet and what did we do before the internet came about. So I leave you with this question. Were we better off with the internet today than we were of yesteryears? Now, you examine the evidence here for yourself. It took a long time to get pictures. We used instant messages. If you call across the seas, then if you had a party line, back in the 60s they had what they call a party line. And you couldn't use the telephone unless you got on the phone and say, "Excuse me, can I use the phone?" And you hear the other party talking. So now, then they went to straight line. Now we have developed into the internet. You don't even have to use the phone to communicate. We have email. You can just email whoever you want to email in another country. And this is why my stands on it is we're better off today than we were of yesteryears.